Hey guys, my name is Jerod Schoonmaker. Welcome to my channel. I've been a scalp micropigmentation artist for the last 7 years with 2 clinics, one up here in Syracuse, New York, as well as Raleigh, North Carolina. Today I'd like to talk about the 5 things you should not do after your procedure. So the very first thing most SMP artists are going to tell you not to do is to avoid excessive sweating. Now I get it. If you are a landscaper or you're working outside and you got your SMP done and you got to go to work, we understand there's going to be some level of sweating that you're probably going to do, especially if you're in, say, the southern states where it's a lot warmer, a lot more humid. So figure out a schedule where maybe you're going to be off for the next day or two so that you can avoid excessive sweating, but sometimes that's not. So the problem with excessive sweating is as you sweat, the salts can prematurely dry out your scalp micropigmentation. So this is one of the main reasons why we want to avoid excessive sweating. If you happen to sweat a little bit, take a damp rag, that's fine, just blot it. But we don't want you to go out of your way to try to excessively. And that means exercising, going into saunas, going into steam rooms, going out of your way to excessively sweat. We want you to mitigate that as much as possible. The next one for the next 72 hours that we want to avoid is shaving of any kind. Now, if you come in and you're a Norwood 7, we're gonna shave you down, or you're gonna come in shaved anyway. So we want you to avoid shaving after your treatment. And that's just so you don't irritate the procedure, especially if you're a wet shaver like myself. I shave typically in the shower at night. You want to avoid doing that. You actually want to avoid wet shaving for about 10 days, but any other type of shaving using a foil, for the first 72 hours, don't do it. Just leave it alone, let the procedure heal, let it settle in, and then you can resume shaving after that 72 hours. The third one, and I actually broke this out from exercise to the gym, because a lot of people will say, well, if I just go to the gym, but I don't sweat a lot, if I'm just working out with weights, I'm not gonna sweat a lot. That's not the point. The point now is, now you're at the gym, other people are sweating, and you might touch a dumbbell, you might touch, a bench that somebody sweating, and you just grabbed it, and then maybe you went like this to your head. Well, now you have their sweat in open wound, basically. So you don't want to cross-contaminate somebody else's sweat onto your head. So I broke that out. So no exercise, but certainly no gyms. The fourth one you want to avoid is washing your hair or your scalp for the first 72 hours. Now, we want you to bathe, of course. You can go into the shower. Just leave your procedure alone. This is basically what's called a dry heal. Most tattoos are some form of a dry heal. This procedure is really no different. We want the procedure to heal, typically within 72 hours. It's healed up enough so that you can go back to your normal day-to-day life. But we want it to dry heal, so no excessive water on it. And it's just for the first 72 hours. The fifth and final one is no sunbathing, no tanning of any kind for the first 72 hours, really for the first 10 days. We don't want you to go out into the sun and accidentally burn. Now what happens is, if you burn, you got a burn on your head, we have to wait until that's gone away. Some of that procedure might completely wash out because of the burn. So you're gonna have to delay your next sessions because of that. So no tanning, no sunbathing of any kind for 72 hours. If you're in the southern states, we just ask, hey, put a good hat on, a nice clean hat, that will kind of mitigate the sun bashing on your head. Put a good sunscreen on. We just want you to avoid, as best you can, being out in the sun for long periods of time that could make you burn. These are the 5 post-care instructions that most SMP artists will have you, that will go over with you for the first 72 hours, some are longer, but for the first 72 hours. My name is Jerod Schoonmaker. Thanks for watching this channel. I hope it gave you some value. We're gonna keep producing videos like this. This is more of the educational side, so that as you are talking to SMP artists, clinics, these are type of the things that you can expect them to explain to you after your procedure and actually even during your consultation. I hope this video helps, and we'll talk soon.